You tell me if this is America anymore. What set the free market free, what made America different, is you had a right as an individual to come over here and have an idea and then own that idea. Your ideas belong to you. This is what made us different. This has never been done anyplace else. The problem with the rest of the world when we were over in Europe is you might have an idea. You were a blacksmith, and you're like, I could make a better nail. Well, as soon as you made a better nail, your lord or lady of the manor would take that and say, that's fantastic. Good job, Smurf or Surf or whatever it is you are. Good job. And he would take that nail because he had the resources to take that nail and sell that everywhere. But you didn't have the resource. Your idea was made for somebody else. So people stopped having ideas. They didn't care anymore because there was no benefit to them. Here in America, we decided, you know what, we're going to have trademarks and we're going to have patents. So if this is your idea, you own it. As long as you keep renewing it, you own it. And it kept people away. Then, at the same time, the guy who really started this was Ben Franklin, an inventor. He said, you know what, really way to get inventions going is let people own it. So he did. So he starts this, and that changes the world. And then he invents something called the potbelly stove, something we don't even know about now, something we don't even care about now. But just 200 years ago, the world really cared because it wasn't an open flame in the house anymore. The number one leading cause of death outside of childbirth for women was catching on fire. And so he made the potbelly stove so you could enclose that in a piece of iron, and it would heat the house, and you could cook on it. Well, he felt it was such an important invention, he didn't patent it. He said, I don't care. Everybody could use this, because basically what Tesla just did. This is an important invention, and we all should share in this, and it's mine, so I have the right to say, I'm going to give it to it. I'm not going to make any money on this. Everybody can have this patent. And the potbelly stove changed the world. Went everywhere. That was Ben Franklin. But he chose to do it. The rest did it for money. You wouldn't have had the Tesla Edison race to the light bulb. You wouldn't have had Westinghouse do everything that he did. In fact, most of these guys, like Westinghouse, they had to stop. They had to continually sue because people were trying to steal. For him, it was the air brake. He's the guy who invented the air brake. The air brake eventually gave you the refrigerator and the stove and the light bulb and the electric generator. But it was the air brake. And because he owned the patent, he could make money to be able to fund other people like Tesla. So what happens today? Forget about yesterday's news. Listen to this. You tell me we're still living in America. In a landmark decision, the U.S. Patent Office has canceled the trademark for Redskins football team. That's the headline. Just broke. The United States Patent and Trademark Office has canceled 6 federal trademark registrations for the name Washington Redskins, ruling that the name is disparaging to Native Americans and thus cannot be trademarked under federal law that prohibits the protection of offensive or disparaging language. The USPTO's Trademark Trial and Appeal Board has issued a ruling in the case brought against the team by plaintiff Amanda Blackhorse Wednesday morning.
It's unbelievable.
We decided, based on the evidence properly before us, that these registrations must be canceled because they are disparaging to Native Americans and the respective times that they were registered. That is false. The Washington Redskins were named the Redskins after the first coach who was a Native American. How could it possibly have been disparaging when the guy who it was named after was the coach when they named it? Hello? This is cutting the Washington Redskins off of the milk.